Alright, so this is your full body harness. Right before we use the full body harness, we have to check the full body harness, whether it is in good working condition. The first thing that we would like to check will be to check the label. Alright, to see whether it complies to the correct standard. Alright, and then where it is being, when it was being manufactured. Alright, just make sure that it does not exceed its recommended lifespan. Okay, so next, when we are checking out for the harness, there are a few parts of the harness that we need to check. For example, the webbing. On the webbing parts, we check for cuts, any tears, any nicks or abrasion. Alright, and then we'll check at the buckles. The buckles are metal parts. For metal parts, we check for corrosion, dent, cracks and deformation. Right, so right after you had checked all the components of your harness, you'll feel that it's good to go, safe. You pull on the harness this way, hold on to the D-ring, right, put it over your shoulder how you put a shirt or a jacket. Right? So when you put it on, just make sure that there are no twists on your harness. Right? First thing that I would like to do would probably be putting all the buckles in first. So just make sure that you put the buckles in. Put the leg buckles in. Right. After we put the buckles in, that's when we adjust our harness to make sure that the harness fits our body. Alright. So now what I can feel is that the harness is a bit tight. Okay. So what should happen is, if you see this bum strap, this bum strap has to be below my buttocks. Alright. Okay. So in order for you to do that, you need to be able to adjust your front attachment here, the buckles. Right, just release it. When you loosen your shoulder straps, your harness will start to go down. This is when you are able to put your bum strap below. So just make sure that your bum strap is below your buttocks, alright? So you'll be able to sit on this bum strap in an event of a fall. Once this has been loosened down, right, we can now secure our leg straps, right? You make sure the leg straps are pulled in tight, right? Make sure that there are no loose ends. Then we check again. Make sure our bum strap is below our buttocks. Good. Right, after that, we'll come back to our shoulder straps. Our shoulder straps are still a bit loose, you can see. Right, so what we need to do now, just make sure that we tighten our shoulder straps. We tighten it up. Pull up the strap here. This way. You see there's a wet tidy up here, just to make sure that you tidy up the excess. Okay. Same thing over on the other side. Lock your shoulder straps. This is the wet tidies you have here. Push it all the way to the position this way. Right, now you've got a good harness fitting. Right, so after you put on your harness, the next thing that we're going to check will be your lanyard. Right, similarly, lanyards are made of a view of various components. The first thing that you should check will be your label. Just make sure that it complies to the recommended standards. Right. On the harness, right, there will be a connector, a fall, I should say a shock absorber, and a lanyard, again a connector. Here we should check every part of it. The first one, the hook, you check. Make sure the mechanism is functioning properly. There are no dent, cracks, deformation or corrosion on your hooks. Then we check the lanyards again for any cut, tears, nicks and abrasions. Alright. Back onto the shock absorber. Make sure that it is not being deployed. Make sure there are no cuts, there are no tears. Alright, and back onto your connector. Alright, do a quick function check. Check for any dent, cracks, deformation. If it's okay, you feel it's good, put it on your harness. Take it off. Good to go.